Big Team. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and as you can see, I'm in the car today. I'm going to take you along with me on a bookish adventure. Today is April 26th, 2025, and it is National Independent Bookstore Day. And to celebrate that, all this weekend, the bookstores and booksellers in Lakeland, Florida have been doing a book crawl. And I have not ever been to it before. I'm usually traveling in the month of April. I think I was home in time to do it last year, but I just couldn't make it for whatever reason. So there are 7 different locations that are participating, and I have never been to 3 of them. So I'm excited to go, and we'll just see what kind of bookish fun we can have today. My daughter Emily is with me, so you may see her pop up on the video here and there. But first we're going to go get a bite of breakfast, and then we're going to head to BookaReaderville first. Now that is the sister store to the store where I work, which is called the Book Shelter. It is owned by the same owners, own both, and I think I have some store credit right now, so I can use it at BookaReaderville, which is exciting. And I'm just excited for the day. So please stay tuned for lots of book shopping adventures. Well, I thought I may as well give you a reading update while I'm driving. We are going to stop for breakfast at a Hardee's and just grab a couple of breakfast sandwiches, and it's a little ways down the road. So I've got time right now to chat for a second. This morning I did my usual reading. I didn't get all the reading done that I would have normally done, but it is already almost 10 a.m. And the stores are all open by 10, and it's still, a good half an hour or more to get there. So I only did our devotional reading. I read the stuff that I read myself, and then the stuff with Emily. I did also finish up a little Christian kind of gift book. It was a little Hallmark book. Most of the contributors to it were the women who used to travel in that Women of Faith conference, and it was called Laughter and Latte, and that was really fun. I've been reading just a few pages a day on that for the last few days. And then the main print book that I'm reading right now in physical form is The Fairy Tale Girl by Susan Branch, and I read a chapter of that and didn't even realize that I had started a new chapter. I sat down, I was just going to read a chapter, and I was just so enthralled with the beauty of the book and just how well done it is that I just didn't even realize that I had crossed into another chapter. Anyway, so I will have that finished by the end of the month. And I'm also reading on ebook Cheddar Off Dead by Karina Moss, and I am a little bit ahead. I've been reading 4 chapters a day on that for the last few days. I was supposed to read that for March Mystery Madness, and I couldn't even seem to remember to pick it up for most of April, and I finally was like, okay, I have to remember that I have this book on my phone, and I need to get it read. So when I finally got through the first chapter, I just restarted it. I got through the first chapter, and I was like, wow, this is really good. So I've been reading 4 chapters a day on it, and I actually a little bit more than that. At the time that I really finally dug into it and started reading it, I knew that I needed to read 4 chapters a day to finish it by the last day of April, and I'm actually a little bit ahead of that. So I think I only have to really read 1 chapter today to stay caught up. So I didn't worry about it this morning. I'll try to read that tonight, or else I'll just read an extra chapter tomorrow, and it'll be fine. So the only thing I read today so far was all of our devotional books, and then that chapter plus of The Fairy Tale Girl. I'm almost done with the Amish books that I set out to listen to for Amish in April. I have not picked either of the books up that I said I might pick up in print, and I knew that was a long shot anyway, just because I have several other print things already on the go that I wanted to finish up. So I'm just gonna, keep those on the back burner for now, but I am on track to finish the 7 audiobooks that I started out to finish. I did listen to 1 by Patricia Johns, 2 by Cindy Woodsmall, 1 by Linda Castillo, and I will have finished 3 by Beverly Lewis. I'm currently right now listening to The Englisher, which is book 2 in the Annie's People trilogy, and I just have 1 left to finish after that. So I will definitely finish The Englisher today and probably start The Brethren, but I probably won't get it finished until tomorrow. So anyway, I'm excited about today, and I'm going to be looking out for Star Wars books. I'm going to be looking out for Gladys Tabor, Hal Borland, all of the, reading like Gladys Tabor type of books, Faith Baldwin, all of that. Plus anything that I need to finish out any series that I'm working on. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the day. Now, it's already the third day of the book crawl, but I'm not worried about that, really. I'm not worried about things being picked over because I look for things that most people don't look for. So I'm really not worried about it. The only thing I probably will have a hard time finding is Star Wars books because those are still well sought after. We can hardly keep them in stock at the book shelter. But BookaReaderville usually has a fairly decent selection. So maybe they will have some that I don't have. So that's about it for our reading update. We're going to stop up here for breakfast and then hightail it to our first book shopping location. Just checking back in. We are almost to BookaReaderville. I meant to show you what we had for breakfast, but I can only show you part of it because we were so hungry. We stopped at a Hardee's and got egg and cheese on a biscuit, and then they were having this introductory special for these biscuits infused with strawberry and lemon, and they're frosted kind of like a cinnamon roll, and they came in a pack of 4, so we went ahead and got the 4-pack, and we've each eaten one, but here are what they look like. So we're saving the other 2 for either later today or tomorrow for breakfast or whatever. So anyway, now we have stopped at a Wells Fargo, and I just got some cash because I think all the places will probably take debit cards, but I just want to be prepared. So got a little bit of cash, and now BookaReaderville is just up the street. So I will show you around. Now, I have filmed footage there before, but since I have been there last, they have done some renovating and they've moved some things around. Even if you've seen the other footage, it may not look much different to you. They didn't knock out walls or anything like that. But I'll still take you around really quick in case you haven't seen any of the previous footage. All right, we are pulling into BookaReaderville. Now, this is the location where Inklings used to be. In fact, if you look on Google Maps and you look up Inklings, you'll still see some photos from this building. The original name of the store was Book Bazaar, and it was Book Bazaar for probably like 30 years. It might have been something before then, but Book Bazaar was the longest. And then when our owners took over the space, they renamed it BookaReaderville, and here we are. Okay, so here we are at BookaReaderville. I think most of this main room has stayed the same, except that they've moved YA into here. I walk around. On the way home for me, so I'm trying to see. Here's the children's room.
3 pillow coats.
And then middle grade room. And then Christian and other, I think other religion is in this room as well. There's Emily. I told her to go sit down. And then nonfiction is in this room. And then we come back around full circle to the fiction room. All right, so here's the map for the Lakeland Book Crawl. So we're going to be going to all of these places today. Okay, so we have finished shopping at BookaReaderville, and I got some exciting stuff. I'm thrilled about what I found, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But here is the passport. So here is the passport for the Lakeland Book Crawl, and each of the locations have a place here where they can put a stamp or a sticker. This is the little parrot sticker for BookaReaderville, and I'll show you real quick what I got there. They have a last chance cart that is just $1 a book, and I found this one, Jedi Academy. I'm not really collecting this series, but I decided just to go ahead and get it for $1. It's got some stains and things like that, and that's why it was so cheap. I figured just for fun, I'd go ahead and grab it. So the BookaReaderville special for the Lakeland Book Crawl is buy 2, get 1 free. And you can't use your store credit if you're going to do the deals. But it's buy two, get one free for as many books as you buy. So I got 3 Star Wars books. I had only picked 2 kids books, and then in the end I went back and got one of the adult books that I didn't have. It's not one that I'm necessarily going to read anytime soon, but I was needed to kind of round out my total. So I got Edge of Victory #1, which is Conquest. This is part of the New Jedi Order series. And then the kids books I bought are A Han and Chewie Adventure, Choose Your Destiny. And this series I've never seen. This is Junior Jedi Knights series, and the book is Vader's Fortress. It's by Rebecca Moesta. I don't think I have any of these. Now, I was really excited to find this next series, and I didn't even know, I really still don't know anything about them, but we had a couple of these books in large print at the book shelter, and I did not pick them up because A, they were large print, so they were really large and were going to take up a lot of space, and B, they didn't have the whole series, and I think the ones they had were farther down, so I just decided to let it ride for now. But here at BookaReaderville, I found 5 of them, and I think this may be the whole series, and they were all paperback, so I got these, at the buy 2 get 1 free price, and they are the Mossy Creek series. They are written by several authors, and I don't know the order for sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the first one, Mossy Creek. It's by a bunch of authors. Deborah Smith, I think, is the main one. Donna Ball, Nancy Knight, Sandra Chastain, Deborah Dixon, and Virginia Ellis all contributed to this one. And then there are a lot of other authors' names on some of the others. Now, I don't know the order of these. Let me see. Oh, it does say. Okay. Then I think this might be the next one, Reunion at Mossy Creek. Now, these were all $3, regardless of what the price says. They're $3 a piece here at BookaReaderville for paperbacks, and then the special was to get 1 free. So then it says this is book 3, Summer in Mossy Creek. I mean, just the name drew me in. Then we have book 4, Blessings of Mossy Creek, and number 5, A Day in Mossy Creek. And so in order to round that out and get my free one, I decided to go ahead and grab this one. This is Whispers of Moonlight by Lori Wick. I have this one in hardcover, but I have the rest of the series in paperback. So I figured I'd just go ahead and grab this one. It was free, and that way my set would match, and then I can let the hardcover go. So that is all I got here at BookaReaderville. So now we're going to go to Crash. I asked the employees in here if they knew anything about Crash, and she said it's a pop-up store that sometimes goes to events and things, and they're not open on a daily basis. That's why I hadn't really heard of them before, but I'm excited to see what they have today. Okay, so we've just come from inside Crash, which is not a permanent bookstore. It is exactly what the person at BookaReaderville told me. It's a pop-up store. Right now, she has everything set up in a church, like in the lobby of a church. And here's the sticker. It's a rhino, and so that's fun. She mostly had new books, and the book crawl special was to get, I think, 10% off of new books, but I am just not really in the market for new books right now. If I had found one that I just, was already wanting to buy, then I could have gotten it, but I just got a used book, and this is one that I thought would be fun. My husband is a Ford guy, and I thought this would be fun to read with Emily, and apparently she thinks so too, because just while I was getting myself back in the car and everything, I had showed it to her, and she had already put it in her bag, so I had to go dig it out of her bag to show you. But this is from the Who Was series. This is Who Was Henry Ford by Michael Bergen, illustrated by Ted Hammond, and I told Emily I would probably read this with her. It looks fun. I have not ever read any of these, but I've heard good things about them. I think there's one that's about Lucy Maud Montgomery that I would like to get, and there's probably one about Lauren Ingalls Wilder, some of my favorite authors. So I'm going to be on the lookout for some of these that I think are about people that I am interested in. So I'm at the Unbound Bookery. This is kind of a little store within a store, and they have these beautiful antique books. There is just so many beautiful things here. I looked for Gladys Tabor. Sadly, there's no Gladys Tabor, but they have Easton Press and just lots of really cool things. Okay, so I'm back outside now. This is the name of the store, the Unbound Bookery. But this is the front. It's
the name of the whole store is the Bungalow Boutique or something like that. I'll put it here. Mostly a little clothing boutique type store here in downtown Lakeland, and it was really neat inside. I didn't end up buying anything, but it was a lot of fun. On our way to the next location, we were very close to the Lakeland Public Library, so I decided to stop in here and see what they have for sale. This is their sale area.
So real quick, I'll show you what I got at the library, and I also got to visit a few minutes with the lady who is in charge of the Friends of the Library, who I met several years ago whenever I was in charge of the book sales at my local library, and we came over and she helped us get started and gave us a tour of their place and everything, and she was there today, so I chatted with her. She even went in the back to look and see if they had a couple of books that I was looking for. Sadly they didn't, but it's okay. So I spent $2.50. For $1 I got a Kate Shackleton mystery. This is Murder on a Summer's Day by Frances Brody. I own one of these. It was sent to me by an old booktube friend, Catherine from Jane Catherine on Books. And then y'all, I have a weakness for organizing books. I got this one. This was in the Christian Living section. It's called I Used to Be So Organized, Help for Reclaiming Order and Peace by Glennis Whitwer. So that looks fun. And there's Glennis right there. And then I got this one for the church library. It's a paperback copy of the Mitford Bedside Companion. I have most of the Mitford books for the church library, but I was just getting some reorganization done in there the other day and realized that I did not have a copy of this for the church. So I picked this up for 75 cents. Next, we are going to go to the Little Book Bus. Now, I have seen it once before at an event back, I think, in December of 2020. And I think I filmed a little video clip then. But I'm going to go now and see what they have today.
Okay, so now we are at Little Bus Books, and I think it's also kind of a mobile store. They have this little trailer here, but it looks like right now they are in this little building, so we're going to go check it out. Coffee table books. This cute little trailer. So we go inside the little bus. I think she does take the bus to events, and then they have the brick and mortar store that's open frequently as well. But there's a Star Wars book, and here's the checkout and some books there. This is outside. There's a little free library. Oh, it's a seed library. That's fun. It's a nursery out back.
I was calling it Little Book Bus, but it's Little Bus Books. Anyway, I went back in the little trailer one more time to just film, and I did a stupid thing. I came out of there and made an immediate right. Instead of following the designated path, I made an immediate right thinking I would, have a shortcut, and I whacked my temple on the little window that was open on the trailer, the little bus, and it was my own fault. I think I'm okay. I do have some ibuprofen in here, so I'll probably take some of that. Anyway, it It was my own fault. I did get one book. They had hardcovers for $4, and I don't know, hardcovers were $5 and paperbacks were $3 for used books. I was kind of hard pressed to find something that I wanted that I didn't already have. But what I ended up getting was The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling. I have never seen this out in the wild, and I've never read it, so I thought I would go ahead and grab it, and it was $3. And so, yay for that. So, on to the next location. Okay, the next store is Inklings. I may have filmed in here before, I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll walk around and take a look. Oh, here's the Star Wars books. Sci-fi.
Must have been so upset.
Got a little kids area here.
That's so cute. How weird.
Trying to go over people's heads. It's pretty busy. Okay, our next stop is Prest Books and Coffee. I have never been here before. I knew about it, but the parking is just not great here, and so we had to walk a little ways to get here, but we're gonna see what they have. It smells great in here. It smells like coffee. There's a little book nook in here. Fun. And I think they have new and used. It is getting warm today. It is about 3:40 and we've got one stop left, but we went into Inklings and I purchased The Corner of Holly and Ivy by Debbie Mason. I think this is the final book of the series. I'm buddy reading this series, which is the Harmony Harbor series, with my friend Fiona from the channel Reads and Eats. So anytime I see one of these that I don't have, I go ahead and grab it. Even though the library has most of them, it's still just handy to go ahead and have my own copy. So we did not get anything at Prest except for a lemonade, which is technically Emily's, but she's had all she wants of it, so I'm sharing it with her. And I did get her a little snack there, but they were out of all of their baked goods, so I had to get her something prepackaged. So we are going to be ready for some dinner, but we are going to go ahead and go to the last stop. And then I have heard that there is a social event, like a party at the end, where there's going to be prizes and everything, and that is where we will take our passport. It's almost all filled out now. This is the last place right here. Everything else has either been initialed, stamped, or stickered. And so we are ready to hit the last store. It is a store that I've been to many, many times, and I'm looking forward to going there again. So we'll see if we can find anything today. And the last bookstore of the day is Bookends. And I'm going to go in and see if I want to get anything today. Okay, so we just finished shopping at Bookends and I purchased 8 books, and I'll show them to you real quick, and then I think Emily and I are going to go and get a little snack. There's a Dairy Queen up the street. We could use some ice cream, and then we're going to go all the way back to the location that was called Crash. I didn't actually film any in there. I kind of forgot. That was the second place we went, and it was a pop-up bookstore that was set up in a church, and they're going to use that facility tonight for like a wrap-up party where there's going to be prizes. We're supposed to take our passports, which now mine is all filled in, and be eligible for some giveaways and things like that. I originally had volunteered to run the sound booth at church tonight for a homeschool graduation, but they had enough help, and so I texted a couple people, and I'm like, if I'm not there, you're good, right? And they're like, yeah, we're good. So we're gonna go ahead and go to that event just for fun. It starts in a little over 30 minutes, and it's back across town, so we've got just enough time to get a snack and head back over there. But meanwhile, I'll show you what I got. I've started trying to collect a couple of more of these Love Inspired Suspense series that are kind of Texas Ranger type series, and this is one of those. This particular series is by Margaret Daly, and there's another series that I'm looking for that is by multiple authors, but I found one from this series, and I think this was $3, and then the rest of what I got were also $3 a piece. I got some of the Jedi Apprentice series. These are middle grade Star Wars books, and I may have a couple of these, but most of these do not look familiar, so I just went ahead and got what they had. And I think the deal was, it was either 10% off or 20% off here for the book crawl. So I got number 3, The Hidden Past. I got number 4, The Mark of the Crown. Number 6, The Uncertain Path. This one kind of looks familiar. I may have it. Number 8, The Day of Reckoning. And Sonia just sent me a whole bunch of these in hardcover, and I haven't really cataloged those yet or written down what I have, so I may have ended up getting some duplicates, but it's fine. Then this one is The Fight for Truth. It is number 9. And then this one is number 11, The Deadly Hunter. And then number 13, The Dangerous Rescue. I'm going to have to do a better job of cataloging all of my Star Wars books so that I know what I have and I know what I still need, because I can't keep it all in my head. There are so many Star Wars books, and even the kids series. There are so many different middle grade Star Wars series that it's impossible to keep it all in my head. Anyway, we're going to go get a snack, and I will talk to you later. So I forgot to film at Crash, and so we've come back here for the party, like the after event social and everything. Here's just a little sample. Each of the stores had a little sign like that, but this is actually at a church building.
Flower seeds and a journal. So it looks like maybe just a nectar little bus books. Oh, and a bookmark.
Here are some of the books from Crash. I think these are the new books. And then there were some other books out earlier, but it's already party time, so I just wanted to give you a glimpse. This is the after party, and people are milling around. They had cupcakes. We got, I think, some local authors here. Here's some little book crafting ideas. Take some old books and make them into decor.
Okay, so we are done. We had the little after party. I filmed a little bit in there, and I also kind of went around and tried to take a few shots of the books that were in there, because this was actually the location I forgot to film earlier. It's called Crash, and it is a church building, but the woman who owns the bookshop, her and her husband are also ministers here, so she's able to use the facility for for her pop-up bookstore during the week. So anyway, at the after party, everybody who filled in all of the spots on their passport, everybody who went to all 7 places got a sticker, and then they also gave you tickets. I guess it was according to how many places you went, and maybe if you got maybe if you went to all the places, you got a bonus, because I had 10 tickets. And they had several prizes. They had, I think, a couple t-shirts and bags, and they had some pins, and they had a big gift basket that was the grand prize. But I won one of the pins, and so it's the little bookworm, just like the sticker. So if I was going to choose a thing, I would have chose this, except maybe the BookaReaderville t-shirt. That would have been kind of fun to have. But anyway, it's all good. I'm excited to have this. I can wear this, when I go to work or whatever. So now we're headed home, and it's been a big day, a fun day, and a long day. So I will leave you with that. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.